But I mentioned that parameter also can take several values. It is not like that it would be fixed. Parameter also they are changing. They can take several value. It is not like parameter means always fixed. I initially I told that both can vary. Parameter also can vary, and variable also can vary. That's why in machine learning you always having various parameter. So among those parameter, you try to get an optimal set of parameters, so that you are saying that we are having optimal uh, model. Optimal model means optimal value of parameter. It is not like that. When I will discuss further in distribution, I will talk about optimal parameter. So among several parameter, you have to take value of optimal parameter. So what does it mean? Simply, it simply says that parameter is also varying. They are taking several value. Among those several value, we are interested to take optimal parameter, optimal value. That one is the best value of the parameter that we would like to take, because we are having data is not giving a complete information about parameter. So we have to keep on doing experimentation in such a way we need to get a optimal parameter. Did you get it? So we can't say that, yeah, we can't say that parameter is a fixed quantity. We never say that. Very simple example from high school I am taking it. What is name of this equation? Equation of a line: ax plus by equal to, I generally write it here 1. Here there are only two parameters. So what are parameter here? Sarang, you know, so just try to answer. What are the parameter? What are the variable here? It is just a equation of equation x and y are very nice. X and y are variables. So I would like to write like this way. So x order pair. These are forming a variable set of variable, pair of variable. We simply can say that these are variable. Now, what are the parameter? AB. AB are parameter. Okay. Don't say it is constant. I didn't say that it is. It can also take a variable. So just see the difference. But how I will say that. So A or B are variable, parameter. So both can vary. Parameter is also, those can vary, and variable also those can vary. What is happening that if you change the parameter, your system will change. So that means if you're taking a value of one set of value of parameter, maybe you are taking 1 1. If you are taking 1 1, then that means 1 1. This 1 1. So it will define a line x plus y equal to 1. Parameter you are taking 1 1. In that perspective, you are getting a line x plus y equal to 1. That means it is talking about this line. If you change your parameter, another thing. So if you take x plus ab, take something like that 1 minus 1, take or minus 1 1. So anything you can take. Otherwise also you can take it okay, take it like this way, uh, minus 1 1, minus 1 1. Then what would be line? Who would like to answer? What would be equation of line? Equation of line is very easy. It would be minus x plus y equal to 1 1. That means it is talking a line passing with normal minus 1 1. So normal, this is, so always recall linear algebra here. So it is a line. I have to draw like this way. This is the line. This line is minus x plus y equal to 1. So here what you observe that if you are changing the parameter, that means you are changing the system. You are getting different line. You are changing the parameter, different line you are getting. If someone is willing to take another set of value, like AB is taking A equal to 1 and B equal to 2. If it is taking A equal to 1 and B equal to 2. So from that perspective, what line you will get? You will get x plus 2 y equal to 0. Sorry, equal to 1. From there, what line you will get? You will get a line like this way. You are getting this line. Another, this third line you are getting. I am calling this one is line 3. This one is line 1. This one is line 2. So this, that means this one is line 1, graphical representation of line 1. This one is graphical representation of line 3, and this one is line 2. So what you see, did you get any meaning of parameter? If you change the parameter, your system will change. You will get different system if you change the parameter. Now, once you are having system, then x, y are system variable. They vary in a system. That means they are talking about locus of point moving in a system. So if you change the parameter, that means you are changing the system. But if you change the variable, you are in a single system and you are moving. You are moving in that system. That means you are talking about locus of a point in a system. So if you are changing a variable, that means you are saying that you are in a single system and you are moving in that system. You are just collecting locus of a moving point. So that is the meaning of variable. And when you vary parameter, it simply says that you have collection of value of parameter, and just you are varying that system. You are having collection of system, and with respect to each system, there is a specific value of parameter. So the one system is this one, line one. Line one is one system. Another system is line two. Another system is line three. So if you vary the parameter, you simply it says that you are varying the system or you are varying the model. So you are that means if you are having various value of parameter, that means it simply say that you are having various model. In machine learning term or system identification term, you are having various model. You try to find a best model which suits you. Best model. You always try to find best model or optimal model. And in that optimal model, even x, y would be variable and that can vary. It will keep on varying. So that is the meaning difference between variable and model. So if you vary parameter, it will talk about variation in model or variation of system. It is talking about variable. It brings variability in models, variability in or system, whatever things you can call it. Okay, I think the difference between variable and model, variable and parameter might be clear to everyone. Is it clear to everyone? Anyone is having any doubt? It is very much essential because you all from EC backgrounds, you need to know. It is talking so variable. It is talking about variability in the moving point, variability in a given system. The system would be given, or either you have to come with some approximation of system, and within that system you try to observe some moving point that is talking about that trace out a locus. That locus we are calling it path of that point or something like that. One equation we are getting. So variability uh, in a given system, in a given system. In a system, simply I would like to write it here. So it might be clear to everyone the difference between parameter and variable. Okay. So I'm going to recap of previous class what I had already discussed about that expectation of a random variable. So I will give a recap just in order to find the matching between expectation and average. I had already mentioned that another name of expectation we are calling it mean as well. So, if you do an experiment and keep on doing that experiment for several trials, from that perspective, you will see that there is no difference between average and expectation. Actually, both are same. So from that perspective, I have taken one example: average versus expectation. So, for example, suppose there is a spin of fortune that we spin many times. At each spin, one of the number M1, M2, M3 or up to Mn, these are coming, appears before you. When you might be aware of Wheel of Fortune, or if you visit casino, then there also you can see that wheel of such kind of spinning wheel. So uh, what you will observe that call these M1, M2, M3, all these are reward points. So each reward point M1, M2, M3 are having certain probability. So as suppose M1 is having probability P1, M2 is having probability P2, and Mn is having probability Pn likewise. So this is the spinning wheel game. The question is that this is your also I have already mentioned that M1, M2, M3 these are reward that you are getting with while you playing a spinning wheel. Okay. So now question is that what is the amount of money that you would expect to get per spin. So you have played you several times. So how much amount you got win per how much amount you got per spin. So that value we are calling it expected value or expectation or average. So per spin. So total you got several. Suppose you played 1,000 times. Then in average, what is meaning of average? That means per play or per trial how much you got. So that is meaning of average. So simply suppose that you spin the wheel k times. Suppose you are spinning the wheel k times and partition k into n number of factor. That means uh, partition it like this way: k times you played, in which k1 times you uh, win this award M1, k2 times you win award M2, and k3 times you win award uh, M3 or reward. Better word is reward. So likewise, kn times you win a reward of mn kn times. So this we are saying that partition. Partition is also very interesting property. If you are very good in partitioning of an integer, then really things would be very interesting. All these are part of number theory and abstract algebra. I am not going to cover partition of integer. So here we are spinning. Suppose you are spinning a wheel k times, in which m1 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 amount you are winning k1 times, m2 amount you are winning k2 times. Likewise mn amount you are winning kn times. So what is the average amount what is the average amount you are winning? In total amount you are winning like this way. This is the total amount. And what is the average amount? Average amount would be like this way. Wrongly I have written is m1 time k k1, m2 times k2, not it will be p1, mn time q1. So this is the average amount. The m1 amount you are winning k1 times. So m1 into k1, m2 amount you are winning k2 times. So this is the one kind of average. You got this average. That's m bar I have already taken. Now if you are a spinning wheel, k times the k is very large. From that perspective, what you will observe that this relative frequency it would be very much near to probability of winning m1 amount, mi amount. So that's why in for large case it is happening. So from that perspective, we can say that this average, this average value is very much we can approximate by expectation of m. M is corresponding random variable of winning amount. So in another sense, I can say that someone is saying that if you are tossing a coin, then probability of getting head is zero point 0.5, also probability of getting tail is zero point 0.5. What does it mean? Someone is tossing coin 10 times, but most of time that person is getting uh, tail. It doesn't say that the probability of getting tail is not zero point 0.5. Definitely it's zero point 0.5. Probability of getting tail or probability of getting head is zero point 0.5. Why? It is coming from large number of trial. It is not for few trial. Few trial may give wrong result, but if you do keep on doing experimentation more than 100,000 something like that, then in average you will see that when someone is saying that probability of getting head is 0.5, what is meaning of that? In average you are getting probability of head is 0.5 for large number of trials. So that is meaning of that. So that's why average is actually expectation from that perspective for large number of trials. So if number of trial happens to be very less, then things are very much complicated to discuss. But if you think numbers are very large, then you can easily see the meaning of agregated probability. All these are meaning of average versus expectation. So I am coming to discuss further second part, second parameter of the distribution of a discrete random variable, that we are calling it variance. So today I will discuss about variance of a discrete random variable. Variance of a discrete random variable. Anyone is having question? Then you can ask. Otherwise, I am going forward. So what is variance of a discrete random variable? First, I will motivate it, and I will talk. I will go to define variance of a discrete random variable. So the expected. Suppose we are having a random variable. That means we know the value of those random variable that came from some random experiment. The expected value ax by itself provide. So we are having random variable, we are having information of expectation as well, expected value of that random variable. So that expected value of random variable or expectation just provide a very limited information. For example, suppose we are having a random variable and we come across to find the expectation of that random variable is 0. That means we are having this kind of data. uh, uh, Value of random variable, these are the value of random variable. One that, like we had taken example -3, -1, 1. X is taking a random variable, X is taking this value. And if you are willing to find expectation of this one, easily you can see that expectation of this one would be 0. All are equally likely. All value of random variable are equally likely. So if you try to calculate expectation would be 0 here. But then what is happening? Here problem, there would be problem. There may be another kind of random variable that would also have expectation 0. So it is not giving a complete information. Like there is only one, there is a random variable which is taking only one value, 0. It is taking 0. So for that case also we are getting expectation 0. So if you know the expectation of a random variable, then you can't get a complete information about that random variable. You can't say that. So that means if your expectation is 0, that means that random variable may have only one value, and that would be 0. Or expectation may have a symmetric value with respect to origin. That means 50% right of the origin and 50% left of the origin are equal with equal distance. So that expectation is symmetrically value of random variable is symmetrically distributed, so that you are getting expectation 0. So anything may happen. If you are getting expectation equal to 0, so it can represent any kind of random variable. It is not giving a concrete definition of random variable. It is not giving much more in, just it is giving just limited information. So just knowing expectation is not a better way to understand parameter. So you need to know something more than expectation. That's something more than that, we are calling it variance. So however it is so here, if you know expectation of random variable is 0, so it is also possible that x can take extremely large positive and negative value. It can take extremely large positive and negative. It can take anything, and in total expectation happens to be 0 per. That means that value per trial happens to be 0. Whatever outcome you are getting per trial, that happens to be 0. So but irrespective that that random variable can take large negative, large positive, likewise that it is symmetrically distributed about origin. So it is not giving a complete. If you know expectation, it is not giving a complete information regarding random variable. It is just giving very limited information. So we are therefore interested not only in the mean of a random variable, but also in the extent of random variables variability. How is the value of random variable is having variation with respect to mean. So we have to look about variability of the value of random variable around mean apart from expectation. So the variability concept that we are measuring by new kind of parameter that we are calling it variance. Variance is very important to measure the variability of value of random variable in the neighborhood or near about mean. So mean is very much essential. You need to know in order to understand variation or variability or variance. You first step is to calculate mean, then go to calculate variability or variance. So that is the concept. So how we define variability? So let the deviation of a random variable about mean we denote it by x minus expectation of x. So x is a random variable. If you subtract a random variable by a expectation is it is a fixed number. It is a single number, fixed number. So we subtract x by a single number expectation of x here. So here randomness it is a new random variable x minus expectation of x. So that we are saying that it talking about deviation of value of random variable with respect to mean. And now if this one is a random variable, and we had already seen that if you are having a random variable x, then x square is also a random variable. The similar fashion, x minus expectation of x square, this one is also a random variable. It describes, so this random variable is very interesting. It describes the magnitude of the variation, how it is varying, how random variable is varying with respect to mean. With respect to mean, that one is the center of mass. That mean is center of mass, that I had already once mentioned that. So how value of random variable is varying with respect to center of mass, so it is measured by this new random variable. And hence we have to calculate expectation of this random variable, that we are calling it variance of the random variable, and we define it like this way. So variance of a random variable x, it is nothing, just it is talking about expectation of this random variable. That means a square of x minus expectation of x. So this is a new random variable, find the expectation of this one, and that we will call it variance. And it is just about go to definition of expectation, that expected value definition. What is this one? It is this square of x minus expectation of x. It is what? It is just a function of x, random variable x. So from there you can define expected value. So this is the value of the function. So call it, it is what? It is a function of x into probability mass function of the corresponding value of x. So that's where this is expected rule. Through expected rule, it is coming like this way. And further, we know that here we are dealing with discrete random variable. So always discrete random variable taking value from discrete set, and we know that every discrete set can be put in a single sequence. So that's why if you are calling it sequence, how we write sequence always taking value from k equal to 1 to infinity, or k equal to 0 to infinity, something like that. So better in a starting point is k equal to 1 to infinity. So that's where we are putting in discrete fashion. It is coming like this way due to discrete random variable. And now we can do little bit manipulation through that. Easily we can see that as variance of x is nothing, just it is talking about difference of expectation of x square minus a square of expectation of x. So it is just little bit calculation. I'm giving one homework, just calculate this one, and try to find this result. If you fail to find this result, I will explain it again. But it is just a very simple algebraic manipulation. You do it and come to know. If you face any problem, I will describe this. I will deduce this. A calculation is very simple. Just in mathematics, don't think much more. Just whatever things before whatever thing is given before you, just try to uh, get maximum use of that given expression, and do all these kind of operation. What is involved here? Here a square is here, probability uh, mass function is here. So do take benefit of that, and from there you can express variance as a difference of this expectation of x square minus a square of expectation. So easily you can derive this one. So it is one kind of homework. You derive this just for intensely. I am giving to derive this result. So this is all about the definition of variance. Coming to example, I will take a few examples. First example I am taking from Bernoulli random variable. So we are I know that everyone might be very much comfortable with Bernoulli random variable because it is taking only two value. Either it will take 0 or 1. So that means simplest Bernoulli random variable happens to be indicator function for a given event. So that means indicator function is taking 0 when that outcome omega is not in the this given event A. So it is taking 0 when omega is not in A. Otherwise, so that's why it is name of indicator function. It just indicate about presence of A. 0 means negligible and 1 means present, certain. So that's why. So when omega is not in A, when omega is in A, indicator function is taking value 1. So this is always a Bernoulli random variable. So we will try to find mean and variance of this Bernoulli random variable. A is the subject of interest or event of interest that we are willing to do, and P here always associated with P would be probability of getting success. That means probability of A. What is success here? That means you observe once you are observing happening of A, that one is your success here. So P is the probability of success. So if you are trying to find the expectation of this one, then for this random variable, what is the probability mass function? It is taking two value x equal to IA. So it is taking two value when x equal to 0, it will take 1 minus p. When x equal to 1, it will take this is the distribution of probability mass function of uh, this Bernoulli random variable. It is taking value p, probability is p for k equal to 1 and probability 1 minus p for k equal to 0, because Bernoulli random variable is taking only two value, either it will take 0 or it will take 1. For other value, the probability would be 0. K equal to 0, it is taking 1 minus p, and for k equal to 1, it is taking probability P. So this is the probability mass function for Bernoulli random variable. So we are having probability mass function. We are having value of x. It is taking 0, either 0 or 1. So what is the probability? So expectation is what? Multiply the value of random variable with respect to with corresponding probability. Probability mass function. Value of probability mass function. So what is the if you are taking k equal to 0? What is the corresponding probability? It is 1 minus p. Any question? Anyone is having? Okay. Are you able to listen me? Okay, I think there was some, yeah, there was some internet issue, I think. So now slide is not visible, I think. No? Is it visible or not? Okay, I'm good. Okay, I'm going to share it again. Now, is it visible? Okay, okay, fine. I think there was some internet connectivity issue. So suddenly I came to know. So, okay, so I was here to calculate mean of the Bernoulli random variable. So if you taking k equal to 0, what is the corresponding probability mass value of probability mass function? It would be 1 minus p. So that's why we are multiplying 0 with 1 minus p. And if you are taking k equal to 1, what is the probability mass function? That probability mass function, it would be p. That's why we are multiplying 1 with p. So if you sum it up, this sum it up, total would be p. So that's why expectation of a Bernoulli random variable is nothing, just it is equal to probability of success. So very easy to find expectation of a Bernoulli random variable. Now coming to find various of probability this Bernoulli random variable, we are having already probability expectation of that. So here a step is that first you calculate simply there are many approaches to calculate variance of a uh, random variable, but this approach I always like this approach. What you do, first a step, calculate the expectation that you have already done. Here we have already done. So we calculate first expectation, then what we do, it is very easy to calculate expectation of second moment. That means expectation of x square. Easily we can calculate expectation of x square by squaring the value of a random variable. So after that, in a step 2, what we will do, we had already seen in the definition of variance. Variance of a random variable also can be written as a difference of uh, what this expectation minus a square of this expectation. That means variance of x can be written as expectation of x square minus a square of expectation. So this one is very important role. This one is universally true for finding variance of a random variable. Whole square, whole square, a square of expectation. So this is the very important result. So that's why in order to calculate variance, first we are going to calculate variance of x square. That means variance of x square is nothing but summation of x square into corresponding probability mass function. So 0 square, and what is the probability corresponding probability mass function? 1 minus p. So that's why 0 square into 1 minus p, and another value of random variable is 1. So 1 square and corresponding mass function is p. Corresponding probability is p. So that's why sum it up, and expectation of x square is nothing, just it is equal to p. Now we are having expectation of x, we are having expectation of x square. So easily we can calculate variance. What is the variance? This difference. And if you calculate, it would be p minus p square equal to p into 1 minus p. You can take it common, and 1 minus p generally we denote it by q. So that's why p into q you are taking. Any question? Anyone is having any question? Okay, I am going forward. So in this way, we used to calculate variance of any random variable through this approach. I always like this approach. It is always easy to calculate variance of a random variable. So I will go to another example. That means I will take binomial kind of variable. So here, one example here I have taken. So suppose x be the number of heads in tossing a coin thrice, or when we are talking a taking a coin and tossing 3 times, then x it denotes number of heads. So x will take, what are the value of x? So x will take value 0, that means no head. X will take value 1, that means exactly one head. X will take 2, that means there are 2 heads, and x will take 3, that means 3 heads. So when you are tossing a coin, then these are the possible value of x. So only these are the possible value. Apart from that, x can't take other value. Okay. Then we can. So this random variable is always a binomial random variable. Why? Because if you try to find probability mass function of this random variable, that always take in the form of binomial pattern. So that's why it is a binomial random variable. And now, how to find expectation? So that's expectation. We are taking a specific value of random variable, and we multiply with corresponding probability mass function, value of probability mass function, and sum it up for all the value of random variable. Then we are getting expectation. And if you simplify this one, it is, you might have already seen that this is giving a binomial pattern. Then sum it up. So then expectation of this binomial random variable is 1.5. That means average is 1.5. Okay. So also in similar also you can find it. You are taking value, x is taking value 0, 1, 2, 3. So how many value are there? Are 4 value. So if you sum it up all these 4 value and divide it by 4, then some again average would be 1.5. So that both are average and expectation both matches to each other. Now, okay, now what we have to find next? We have to find variance. So in order to find variance, again, I had already mentioned that stepwise first we need to find the second moment. That means expectation of x square. So expectation of x square is nothing. It is defined similar to expectation of x. That means here just we have to do a squaring of value of random variable, and we have to multiply that with the corresponding probability mass function and sum it up. And if you try to simplify it, then expectation of x square is coming equal to 3. Now, in order to calculate variance, apply the definition of variance. It says that it is talking about difference, uh, this difference. That means expectation of x square minus the square of expectation. And so we have already calculated here expectation of x square is 3, and what is expectation of x? It is 1.3. That means 3 by 2. And if you take a squaring, it would be 9 by 4. And subtract it. This is the final variance picture. So you got the variability of data, you got the variance, you got the expectation. I will take another example. After that, I will discuss one new thing, that conditional probability mass function. So now another random variable that we are here, we are taking geometric random variable. So for this random variable, we try to find mean and variance. Anyone having any question, you can ask. If you are understanding, it's fine. If you have any doubt, just ask question. Satvik, did you get all these things? Did you get the meaning of what I discussed? How to find variance? Satvik, respond. If you are listening, just try to respond it. Okay, those who are not responding, I will mark you absent. Abhinay, did you get it? How to find variance? Abhinay, are you listening me? Are you listening me or not? So did you get the meaning of that what I discussed about variance of a random variable? Okay, so okay, I'm going forward. So here I am talking about mean and variance of a geometric random variable. So consider x be the number of times a message need to be transmitted until it arrives correctly at its uh, destination at, or you can say that at receiver side. Then we have to find expectation and also we have to find variance. So x is definitely, it is talking about number of times we are sending message that has been transmitted. That means it is talking about success. It is talking about first success. You have to keep on sending message till you will get your message will be rightly transmitted. So you have to keep on sending. That means it is similar to what when you are tossing a coin and someone is saying that you have to keep on tossing till you will get first hit. That kind of random variable always happens to be geometric in nature. Someone is giving a task like also if you are having backlog, then you have to and in order to get your degree, you have to keep appearing in that course to pass. If you got to fail, again next semester you have to appear in that course. So that passing, that success kind of event. So that success until any kind of random variable which is related with that number of attempt until first success. So always that fall in the category of geometric random variable. Okay, so if you are willing to find expectation of that, so again same formula we are using. This is the formula, standard formula of expectation, and we know that what is that protein mass function of expectation? It is talking about uh, one minus p. It is talking about probability of failure. How many times? A k minus one times, and in case trial we are getting success. That's where p is coming. So this is the protein mass function for geometric random variable, and this is a specific value of that random variable. We multiply it and we sum for all the possible value of uh, random variable. And what is the final? So it is geometric in nature. It is a geometric series. You can observe that, and it is very easy to find sum of geometric series, and that summation finally it is coming like 1 by p. So that's why expectation of a geometric random variable is given by 1 by p. That means reciprocal of probability of success. Now, once we are having expectation, next we have to calculate second moment, that expectation of x square. So if you just do again, you are doing this geometric series. So you are manipulating this geometric series. Just do little bit manipulation. You will come to see that expectation of x square is nothing. Just it is 1 plus q divided by p square. Now, using expectation of x square and x, you can easily find variance. So variance is this difference, and if you simplify, variance of this geometric random variable is coming q by p square. So don't consider these are as a formula. Just try to understand how these things are coming. This is the mean is 1 by p, and variance of a geometric random variable is q by p square. So this is the story of geometric random variable. Now I'm coming to discuss today about one interesting concept of probability mass function that we are calling it conditional probability mass function. I won't go in detail because we don't have much time. So conditional, I had already told that if some random experiment is given, but you are unable to see complete outcome, all possible outcome in that random experiment. You fail to observe that. Just you are having partial information or some prior information or prior belief, partial information. So based on that partial information, if you try to come with some probability mass function, that we are calling it conditional probability. Some kind of prior information or partial information you would have given, and due to that now your new sample space should be conditional kind of sample space that has been changed. So based on that partial information, you try to derive most of things what you want. So those things would be conditional in nature. So conditional. So likewise, what we had already discussed in conditional probability, similar kind of concept also is also coming with respect to conditional mass random variable as well. So we are having a random variable here. We are, so regarding that random variable, we are having a partial information. We are having a random experiment and we are having partial information. Then based on that, we try to introduce. We can't introduce directly probability mass function, but we can introduce conditional probability mass function. So that is the concept of probability mass function. So here motivation you can observe is in many situations we have just few partial information about a random variable, or if you try to look back into random experiment, that means we are having partial information about the outcome of random experiment. So once we are having partial information, then we are interested in how this partial information can change the probability of event involving random variable. So that partial information definitely it will modify this probability of some event. So that modification we are calling it the posterior probability based on prior. So we do some kind of calculation using Bayes rule and something like that. That we can observe this relation between posterior and prior. So again, I will talk about Bayes rule here as well from the distribution perspective. I will introduce here. So and here best one is, once we are having partial information, then best approach to discuss a problem once we based on that partial information is that conditional probability. Conditional probability mass function, it addresses whatever question related with that specific random variable for which we have already having partial information. So it is defined like this way. Suppose x be a discrete random variable with PMF Px of x. This is the PMF. Okay. Now, after that, what we observe that we observe one event C. We have this is the partial information with positive probability. That means C occurs there. C is not an impossible event. C is a possible event. So that C is a possible information. It is a possible information. That means we know about that thing. Then conditional probability mass function of the random variable x, we can define it like this way. That means this is the definition of representation of conditional probability mass function. It is defined in the similar fashion what we have already defined for probability mass function and conditional probability. It is saying that it is talking about probability that x is taking value x given C. It is one kind of probability mass function. It is a probability mass function, and it is talking about probability of the event x is taking uh, event x. That means capital X taking value x. So we can represent this one in terms of definition of conditional probability. So here it would be joint probability of x equal to x and C divided by probability of C. That means just we have already seen C, and from there we try to derive probability of x. We try to derive probability. That is meaning of conditional probability. So we have to trace back to images, pre-images of x in the what in the sample space, because C is in event, it happens to be in the sample space. So that's way we are writing a capital X equal to X is just we can say that this probability we can write it like this way, the omega such that x of omega equal to 0. That means we have to collect all the pre-images of x intersection C. So we have already seen C, and within C how much x is happening, that we try to calculate. This is the definition of conditional probability. So other things we will discuss, other example we will discuss in next class. I had already taken one example, so I will discuss this example in next class. Regarding attendance, put your mark at roll number there in